What's up, guys? Matthew, you're getting ready to watch Season 1, Episode 12 of Avatar: The Last Airbender. This amazing, fantastic, stupendous, spectacular... Amazing? Did I already say amazing? I don't know. What's other adjectives? I love this show. It really... It's one of the bright spots of my week whenever I sit down and I look at my schedule, and because I have... Not only do I have an upload schedule, but I also just have a watch schedule. So it brightens my day when I realize, oh, okay, I can watch an Avatar episode today. Last episode I really liked it. Again, the sort of thematical point of it was very poignant in my opinion. I like, again, each episode, I've talked about it. Each episode not only has that emotional, in-depth impact, it has some great fighting, some really good animation. I think I'm not really like I'm an animator. I don't really know. So when I say animation, I'm not necessarily saying like it's the best quality HD. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying it's that, but I'm saying I really like the art style. That's what I like the art style. I think that it's very interesting. It's very unique, and I do enjoy it. But also, in addition to all those things, it's actually genuinely really hilarious, really hilarious. So, like I said, even I've said this multiple times while watching. I could watch Avatar. Why do I keep wanting to call him Avatar these last couple days? I keep combining Aang and Katara into one name. I could watch Aang, Katara, and Sokka do literally anything. But what I mean is this: I could watch them watch paint dry, and they would crack some of the most hilarious jokes I've ever seen. That it would be enjoyable no matter what. You know what I mean? So, you guys know me. I'm going to talk a lot throughout the episode. I'm going to talk a lot at the end. So I do just want to hop straight into it. Sorry for yapping too much already. If you guys like the video, please drop a like and leave a comment. It really helps me out. I've got the full length reactions up on Patreon by now. I am already a very decent amount of episodes ahead. Check it out on the YouTube comments. It'll say the exact episode I'm currently on Patreon if you're interested. And most importantly, if you enjoy my content, you enjoy my Avatar reactions or any of the reactions on my channel, I would really, really, really appreciate it if you subscribed. It really helps me out. Let's get in episode 12. It's funny.
Most, he vanished.
It's something simple that I should have thought about immediately. It's just something I never thought of. Not that like it was confusing or anything like that. I just genuinely, it never crossed my mind. But in between episodes, I was just thinking like, you know, The Last Airbender. I've said multiple times I think there's probably more airbenders, but and you guys are gonna laugh at me that I just realized it, but I now know why the Fire Nation immediately attacked the airbenders, because they thought the Avatar, well, they knew that the Avatar was going to be an airbender. So I'm stupid. Looming shadow.
Be careful, guys.
It's a nightmare. It's a vision.
Gyatso?
Why did you disappear?
Aww.
I didn't mean to.
No, not the guilt. I have goosebumps. Oh, the inner guilt is coming out.
We need you, Aang.
This is heartbreaking.
We need you, Aang.
Are we gonna learn? Again,
We need you, Aang.
I do wonder what he was doing at the time of his... Oh, wow, that fucking Ozai shot.
Get captured again?
It's nothing. I just had a bad dream.
I do wonder why he was in, like, the ice territory, you know what I mean? Like, what was he doing in the icebergs? Where was he flying to?
Nightmares lately. You want to tell me
Was he
about it?
going to train with a waterbender to master it?
You're out of your mind, Uncle. The weather's perfect. There's not a cloud in sight.
I can sense it.
Storm is approaching from the north. I suggest we alter our course and head southwest.
We know the Avatar's traveling northward, so we will do the same.
Prince Zuko, consider the safety of the crew.
Yes, sir. I've listened to everything
Who
this man
doesn't matter?
tells me.
Fine. Far more important than any individual.
The crew safety is not important. Had a standoff.
He doesn't mean that. He's just all worked up.
Is he we about to have a mutiny on our hands?
Out of food and out of money. Now what are we supposed to do?
You could get a job, smart
Hello,
guy.
who are you
We
guys?
shouldn't go out there. Please, the fish can wait. There's going to be a terrible...
Oh, we'll catch fish for you for money.
Easy, it's a nice day. No clouds, no wind, no nothing. So quit your nagging, woman.
Maybe we should
Jeez.
find some shelter?
Are you kidding? Shelter from what?
My joints say there's going to be a storm.
I told
A
you!
bad one.
Well, it's your
Something
joints against mine.
I never heard of that, and I was at work one day, and one of my older coworkers was like, yeah, my knees get fucking hurt in the rain. I was like, what? Apparently it's a thing.
It's like your uncle was right about the storm after all.
Lucky guess.
Lieutenant, you'd better learn some respect.
What's your name, Lieutenant?
Or I will teach it to you.
I'm loyal to you, apparently.
About respect.
Uh-oh, never mind.
The way you talk to everyone around here, from your hardworking crew
This
to your
is one of Iroh's lessons right here.
about respect. You don't care about
He said the
anyone but
quiet part out
yourself.
loud.
Then again, what should I expect from a spoiled prince?
Okay, you went a little far. He's gonna eat you alive now.
Easy now. Enough. We're all a bit tired from being at sea so long. I'm sure after a bowl of noodles, everyone will feel much better.
Come on, Zuko. I want to hear an apology out of your mouth. Eventually, I'm gonna hear it.
From my ship.
He's a lost soul. He's still wandering. He's on his path.
Sokka, maybe this isn't such a good idea. Look at the sky.
I said I was gonna do this job. I can't back out just because of some bad weather.
The boy with the tattoos has some sense. You should listen to him.
Boy with tattoos. Airbender tattoo.
No, I just like arrows.
Dog Monkey's uncle. You're the Avatar, ain't you?
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Well, don't be so smiley about it. The Avatar disappeared for 100 years. You turned your back on the world.
Don't yell at him. Aang would never turn his back on anyone.
Oh, he wouldn't, huh? Then I guess I must have imagined the last 100 years of war and suffering.
Aang, don't take it to heart.
Bravest person I know.
I know a lot of braver people, but it's fine.
And save lives since I met him.
No, don't cry.
It's not
no,
his
I
fault
get
he
so
disappeared,
sad.
right, Aang? Aang?
He
What's
probably.
wrong?
Oh, did he actually do it on purpose because he was scared?
That's
Aw.
right. Keep flying.
You're a horrible old man.
You old crone.
Eh,
Don't fish for this motherfucker, Sokka. Talking to a boy like that.
I'm sorry for running away.
It's fine,
okay.
little buddy.
That fisherman was way out of line. Actually, he wasn't. What do you mean?
I would assume that he's a little wrong. He doesn't have the full story, but also the sentiment is
To do with your dream, doesn't it?
he's lashing out because
Talk to me.
we haven't had an Avatar for 100 years. It's not necessarily Aang's fault, I would assume, but just simple fact of the matter. A lot of people have died
I'm gonna
and
try to
been
get a little fire
imprisoned
going.
in that time period, so he's allowed to take it hard.
Forget the day the monks told me I was the Avatar.
Wow, more flashbacks?
I was playing with some other kids just outside the south wall.
How do they know? Like, they just sense it inside of him?
First, you form the ball. Then you gotta get on quick.
I want to see him do this in real time. Like, regular timeline.
How do you know it's me?
We have known you were the Avatar for some time.
I still have this question. Do they become the Avatar at birth, or does it, like, materialize in an older person?
Favorite toys when I was little.
You chose them from among thousands of toys, Aang. The toys you picked were the 4 Avatar relics. These items belong to Avatars past. Your own past lives.
I just chose them because they seemed fun.
It's a natural inclination.
Because they were familiar.
Normally, we would have told you of your identity when you turned 16.
But
there are troubling signs.
the
Storm clouds
Comet?
are gathering.
I fear that war may be upon us, young Avatar.
We need you, Aang.
that's a lot of pressure to put on him. He's obviously gonna take it a little hard.
I'm sick of
It's another thing
taking
too. I am wondering. Obviously, people in the Air Tribe are raised by. Well, there are monks, but who birthed him?
General Iroh. We were just...
It's okay. May I join you?
Of course, sir.
Iroh's doing damage control.
Try to understand. My nephew is a complicated young man.
No.
He has been through much.
Flashback.
Let me in.
Prince Zuko, what's wrong?
I want to go into the war chamber, but the guard won't let me pass.
You're
Because
not
I don't think
missing
you're built
anything,
for it.
Trust me. These meetings are dreadful.
Oh, Iroh just want to keep him away from the war, dude.
Nation one day. Don't you think I need to start learning as much
Look,
as I can?
he's smiling. Oh my
Very
god.
well. But you must promise not to speak.
Did
These
he
old
embarrass
folks are a
Ozai?
bit sensitive, you know.
Thank you, Uncle.
No. Does oh man. Does Iroh also feel guilty that he let him in?
The Earth Kingdom defenses are concentrated here. A dangerous battalion of their strongest earthbenders and fiercest warriors. So I am recommending the 41st Division.
But the 41st is entirely new recruits. How do you expect them to defeat a powerful
Just expect him to
Earth
burn him
Kingdom
alive.
battalion?
I do.
A necessary sacrifice.
Used as a distraction.
Oh, Zuko is a good guy. He's gonna stand up for the.
All soldiers love and defend our nation. How can you betray them?
I got goosebumps. Zuko's the goat, man.
Zuko was right, you see. But it was not his place to speak out. And there were dire consequences.
Goosebumps.
So you...
That's all good. Like, if I'm part of the crew, that's good. That's great. But also, he needs to
I
treat me
didn't
better.
know how to feel about it.
I love
All
these
I knew was
parallels
that after
between
I found
Aang
out,
and
everything began
Zuko.
changing.
Or actually juxtapositions. If anything, I would argue that Zuko, the person who's built up as an antagonistic force, does the honorable thing, where Aang, the hero, does a cowardly thing, I would assume. And I really like that.
What's going on?
Now that you're the Avatar, it's kind of an unfair advantage for whichever team you're on.
But I'm still the same. Nothing's changed.
Everything's changed. You're the savior of our world, essentially.
What do you mean? Hey.
Can't blame an old guy for trying.
You're playing games with him? The Avatar should be training.
He's a child.
Already trained enough for today.
Time is short. Come with me.
No, you don't
I
have to
must
listen to
test
him.
you on some high-level techniques.
No. As long as I am his guardian, I will decide when he trains.
Gyatso to goat. Gyotso.
After Zuko's outburst in the meeting,
Oh, I
the
love
Fire
this
Lord
episode.
began.
This is another episode competing with best episode for me.
He said that Prince Zuko's challenge of the general was an act of complete disrespect. And there was only
Jesus Christ, Ozai! I mean, I knew he was evil, but...
fire duel. That's right. Zuko looked upon the old general he had insulted and declared that he was not afraid.
Oh, was that...
He was surprised to see it was not the general.
Okay.
Zuko had spoken out against the general's plan. But by doing so in the Fire Lord's war room, it was the Fire Lord whom he had disrespected.
I'm stupid. My
Zuko
bad. I
would have
apologize.
to do his own father.
Dude! Zuko's given like a heroic, you know what I mean? Backstory.
Aang needs to have freedom and fun. He needs to grow up as a normal boy.
You cannot keep protecting him from his destiny.
Gyatso.
Is that
I know you
fucking
mean well.
Poe's dad in Kung Fu Panda? I'm not good with voice actors.
Judgment.
All I want is what is best for him.
No, it's not.
But what we need is what's best for the world. You and Aang must be separated.
Fucking stupid,
The Avatar
dude.
will be sent away to the Eastern Air Temple to complete his training.
Aww. I mean, Aang, you're the Avatar. Go tell them no.
That's awful, Aang. I don't know what to say. How could they do that to me? They wanted to take away everything I knew and everyone I loved! Whoa! Hot cinders!
No.
I'm sorry I got so mad.
You have a right to be angry after the...
Casting a very big shadow.
I was afraid and confused. I didn't know what to do.
He's like locked away. He's like a princess. He's locked away in his fucking castle.
Aang,
Escaped, left a
I'm
message.
not going to let them take you away from me. Aang?
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
I never saw Gyatso again.
It's one of those, like, it's a very complex thing because obviously I don't blame Aang necessarily. But also, he was gone for 100 years.
You ran away. And then the Fire Nation attacked our temple. My people needed me and I wasn't there to help.
You don't know what would have...
The world needed me and I wasn't there to help.
Aang.
The fisherman was right. I did turn my back on the world. You're being too hard on
You're a little too hard on yourself.
I think it was meant to be. If you had stayed, you
Probably.
would have been killed along with all the other airbenders. You don't know that.
No, I do know
it's
that.
meant to be this way.
They would have.
The world needs you.
What is it? Sozin would have wiped your ass out, my man. Now we have bum-ass Ozai in charge, who can't handle anything.
When Prince Zuko saw that it was his father who had come
He
to
froze
duel
up.
him, he begged for mercy.
That shows a sign of
Please,
weakness.
Father. I only had the Fire Nation's best interest at heart. I'm sorry I spoke out of turn.
Man, he gotta grow the hair back out.
For your honor,
I meant you no disrespect. I am your loyal son.
rise and fight, Prince
They're
Zuko.
keeping this guy so fucking
I won't
hidden.
fight you.
You will.
It's like a dark, shadowy silhouette.
Suffering will be your teacher. I look.
Hello? Is that a sister? That's Zhao. Is that a sister over there?
I always thought that Prince Zuko was in a training accident.
It wasn't public knowledge.
It was no accident. After the duel, the Fire Lord said that by refusing
Might
to
not
fight,
sister, maybe.
Zuko had shown shameful weakness. As punishment, he was banished and sent to capture.
So does that mean that if that, again, I don't know if it's a sister, but that woman that was there was like shown in focus.
Capturing the Avatar is the only chance he has of things.
Is she the heir? If that's the case? No. Jesus Christ.
Help! Oh, please help!
Hello?
It's okay. You're safe.
But my husband isn't.
What do you mean?
How'd you get on the side of the cliff?
They haven't returned. They should have been back by now. And this storm is becoming a typhoon. They're caught out at sea.
I'm going to find them. I'm going with you.
I'm staying here.
That's my girl, man.
Where were we hit?
I don't know.
I love the parallels between Zuko and Aang this episode. Come on, Zuko. Save your man. He's the perfect person. Is Zuko the real hero of the show? God damn. Are you okay? Zuko, my baby, my angel.
Whoa! There!
The Avatar!
Damn, Jesus Christ.
Let him go. We need to get this ship to safety.
Yes! Oh, he's an angel. Let me tell you what, for the first couple episodes, for the first like 10 episodes, I was teetering on like full redemption. Is he gonna be a hero? Is he gonna be an anti-hero? This man is a hero. I cannot wait for the full-fledged redemption.
Hang on to the rope!
Okay. Aww. Save your peeps. Is he creating a ball of air in the... Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Uncle, I'm sorry.
No, that's what he wants you to
Apology
do.
is accepted.
That's what he wants you to do, Zuko. Two sides of the same coin, my man.
Oh, you're alive. You owe this boy
How
an
did this
apology.
girl track us
He
here?
doesn't have to apologize.
Oh, what if instead of an apology,
Money?
I give him a free fish and we call...
You can give us a couple.
I'm done dwelling on the past. Really? I can't make guesses about how things would have turned out if I hadn't run away.
This show
I'm here
is
now,
so
I'm gonna make the most of
beautiful.
it. I don't think you're gonna have those nightmares anymore.
Probably
If you
gonna have a
weren't
couple.
here now, well, I guess I wouldn't be either. Thank you for saving
Oh
my
my god, his
life.
heart grew in the span of 30 seconds. His wife really gave him a stern talking to. That is another contender. I fucking tell you what. That even might be my favorite episode. I don't know. I forgot. Is that episode 8? I think I said is my favorite episode. I now that I'm thinking about it, that one still might be number 1. But these two are probably my top 2. That was a phenomenal episode, a beautiful episode, and I feel like since the beginning, you know what I mean. I think the first 2 episodes kind of built Zuko up in my mind as an antagonistic force, but I feel like immediately episode 3 is when he had that duel with Zhao. That's when I immediately went like, okay, this isn't like your classic like villain, like this isn't like a Team Rocket situation or something. There's depth, there is goodness in their enemy. He feels like a lost Zuko feels like a lost soul. He feels like someone who isn't sure of himself, and that kind of just sounds like Aang as well, and I really like that. And again, I'm now 100% subscribed to the idea of Zuko getting full redemption. I don't want to. I want to see him, win or succeed, or you know what I mean, do that. I don't want to say something as crazy as like I don't want him to sacrifice himself for the greater good or anything like that. I don't want that under any circumstance, because I would probably cry because I'm already emotionally connected to him. But I could sadly see that working thematically. Again, I don't predict that'll happen. I don't want that to happen, but I could see that. That is technically on the table for me. But I really love the idea. Again, Aang is the good guy. He's the main character. He's the main protagonist. He's the savior of the world. Zuko is this banished prince. He's tarnished. He's tattered. He looks disgusting. He looks disgusting. He's filled with all these negative thoughts, self-hatred. I would assume isolation, loneliness. He feels betrayed by what looks like his entire family. You have these two sides. You know what I mean? And it almost feels like you gave the heroic savior of the world this. I earlier in the episode I said cowardly when I wasn't sure of exactly what happened. I wouldn't call him cowardly, just someone who's confused and lost, and was unsure of the next step. And then you give again. As of right now, he's an antagonist. Even if he's good, he's still an antagonist because he is actively against our main character. So he is an antagonist. But he's also a deuteragonist, if that makes any sense. Is that the right word? I think that's. I think I said this. I got confused with it a couple episodes ago with the deuteragonist. I don't even know if that's the right word. But it almost, you gave this guy like a heroic backstory that like makes you immediately love and care for him so much. I gotta say. Now again, I obviously watched cartoons growing up, but as I said in the first episode of my Avatar series, the only 2 cartoons I've watched in my sort of adult sentient life has been Gravity Falls and Adventure Time, so I'm only really comparing it to those 2 shows. But I gotta say, through the first 12 episodes of a show, I don't think another cast has been this amazing for me. Like, obviously we have 5 main characters. And the rest are side characters. But those 5 main characters, I genuinely love all of them. If I were to give a ranking, I would probably say right now, 5th is Sokka, 4 is Katara, 1 is Iroh, and to be quite, I didn't think I would have this opinion, or at least 100% I wouldn't have this opinion this fast. I think that Aang and Zuko might be tied. No, I changed my mind. I'll give Aang second. Because I think, to me, Zuko is very much like a Bakugo character from My Hero. And again, absolutely no spoilers for My Hero. I would never do that to you guys. But Bakugo is a character who's very hot-headed. He's very sort of... He's a good person. He's a great guy. You know what I mean? He's a hero. But he's, like I said, he's hot-headed. He rubs people the wrong way. He's not good with people. He creates arguments and stuff like that. So at times he can be kind of either annoying or like, come on, dude, get better. I think Zuko is in that same boat where I see the good in his heart. I see him save this person. I see him care about his people. I see him as being a fantastic ruler, and that's really how I want this to be. You know what I mean? I kind of want, not kind of what I do want. The end of the season, the end of the show, what I want in the Sozin's Comet finale, I want Aang and I want Zuko. I want them teamed up together. to take out Ozai, and I want Zuko to be the proud, good ruler for the Fire Kingdom, to bring them into the new generation. I want, in a perfect world, Iroh would be at his side, but I gotta be honest, I really do feel like Iroh's gonna die in a sacrificial way to help Zuko, gain full redemption, or gain that full sort of realization of wrongdoing, or not even wrongdoing. I want him to realize the error of his mindset, his goals, this blind loyalty to someone who's abused him, essentially embarrassed him. Going to the Fire Nation stuff, and again, I repeat, I absolutely loved the flashbacks, and I loved how they bounced back and forth, and you slowly got parts of each of the two main characters past. I really enjoyed that. That again, I couldn't look at every single person in the frame, but it was Iroh in the center, front and center. Then Zhao, I think it was General, now he's Commander, but Commander Zhao in the background. And there was a girl, it looked like a young girl, in frame, who was smiling at the fact that Zuko was being humiliated and tortured and abused and assaulted. To me, that gave off vibes of like a, like an evil sister. You know what I mean? Someone who's a lot tougher, who's more so the reason that Ozai would be perfectly fine with casting Zuko aside is because he has a prime candidate. He has someone who could take over the reins of this monster of a army and a cause. And that is a very interesting dynamic to be in. Now, let me tell you what, I could be talking out of my ass. I could just be a random girl who, you know what I mean, who is a part of the royal family in some way, that's like a cousin or something. But I could see a sister situation. Now, I will say I haven't heard of a sister at all for Zuko, so I'm not saying it's a 100% guarantee, but I definitely could see that being a thing. I also want to focus on Iroh, who, as with most episodes that he's in, as with every episode he's in, Iroh is the GOAT. He's the greatest human ever made. I want to hug him. I want to cuddle him. I kind of want to cuddle Iroh. He's really awesome. I think he's great, man. He is, again, to me, he feels like a perfect role model, if that makes sense. And I will say, I talked a couple episodes just talking about Iroh and the fact that I saw, like, he didn't seem evil to me. He seems very good. Now, I will say, just realizing the full, like, again, seeing the flashback really made me understand it. He was kind of complicit in destructive warfare for his entire life, it seems. But at the same time, I don't want to immediately call him evil. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to call Aang evil for hiding away or running away from his duties and, you know what I mean, accidentally getting frozen for 100 years. I'm not saying that he's bad for that, so I'm not going to say that Iroh is bad for that either. There's more to it, and I would assume we're going to see a lot more of his sort of character study, character dynamics, how he works, what his goals are, what he's been doing his entire life. I would assume we're going to learn that at some point down the line. But yeah, a part of me during the episode was like, kind of like, damn, he's been here for all this shit, man. But I really see him as a really good role model. I see him as someone who's trying to protect Zuko. I see him as someone who sees that Zuko is the best ruler. I see him as someone who is taking this opportunity to go on this almost journey of self-discovery with Zuko, right by Zuko, help guide him to become a mature, responsible adult. Zuko has been spurned. He's been betrayed by his family. And he feels like the only path right now is not redemption. It's through, I'm trying to think of a fancy word that I can sound really smart in. He's trying to suck up. He doesn't realize that he was in the right. I feel like his gut reaction to being abused, to being told no, to being attacked, to being humiliated, was that, oh, maybe they were right the whole time, and I was wrong, and I should change my ways, and I should become darker and eviler and scarier, and I should become more, threatening. And when Iroh is going to help him sort of learn or discover or realize that that's not the case, and he was right in the first place, and he is much more of a man, much more of a leader, much more of a role model than Ozai ever was, than Zhao ever was, than anyone since Sozin in the Fire Nation who's been a part of this evil regime has been. So I really do like that. I like that a lot, man. Again, I think I really, again, I'm not, when it comes to a show like this that every episode is really good, I'm picking at straws here when it comes to ranking or comparing. So when I say, like, I don't want anyone to think that I'm going to say one episode is really good and other episode is good and I'm calling the other episode bad. No, I'm just saying that you have two great episodes, one of them's better, if that makes sense. So what I'm trying to say is, I think that the flashback aspect of this episode was my favorite part of the show so far. Specifically the Zuko flashback. I really enjoyed that. I think that the current timeline parts of it were great. Like an A, I think it was like A tier. I wouldn't say S tier. Although I really liked Iroh talking to the crew. But I think that episode 8 just still barely edges it out for my favorite episode. So this was definitely 100% top 3. No questions asked. And again, going back to that sort of, in the episode, you know what I mean? You start with a problem, you end it, you solve it, you have the thematic goal, the growth, the evolution from the character who's being focused on, and you have that from Aang and Zuko this episode. But I really liked Zuko in this episode. You know what I mean? He was obviously abrasive and abusive of his crew, almost like he was passing on the judgment or the personality from his father. He's trying to, instead of realizing that his father was in the wrong, it feels like he's trying to turn himself into a mini Ozai. And obviously, at some point, he will learn that that is the incorrect way to go about things. But I really like, again, I said in the middle of the episode, like, I said in the middle of his flashbacks, no matter what Zuko's origin, no matter if he, you know what I mean, no matter if his entire family had been killed in front of him, or some crazy story like that, like, no matter how spurned or how mistreated or how anything Zuko has been, it doesn't justify mistreating your crewmates, especially even from a smart perspective. Like, even if you rely on people, you don't abuse them, to be quite honest. But I really liked him sort of saving his crewmate, and I really hope for in the future there to be like actual genuine bond between them. You know what I mean? Like Zuko is almost essentially a pirate. He's like, he's the one. He's Luffy. He's like a pirate captain, and he has his own little crewmates, and I don't need them to have like a major roles or anything like that, but I do want to see that relationship grow a little bit. So. I feel like I spoke about Zuko enough. Let me move to Aang real quick before I stop talking. I will be honest, my voice is getting a little messed up here. I really liked Aang in this episode. Not as much as Zuko, but I like that. Again, it's different from the other protagonists of shows or even animes in which the main character is a little older. I'm not saying old, but a little older. Aang is so young. He's so young. And all of this responsibility, again, it isn't like even specifically just an Aang thing. The world was about to be thrust into danger, so these monks pushed the responsibility on him too soon. It's not like an Aang specific thing in the sense of he's let people down or he's not capable of handling these things. No, he's just too young, and the precedents of the history of the entire avatars in the past, they know that, hey, you don't give him this responsibility early, you give him it at 16. So not in in a cowardly way or a negative way, but obviously at that time he wasn't ready to handle it. And I think this Joel, and again, it is horrific to think about. Like, it's really scary to think about. Just one day he was flying, the next year or next day, 100 years later, you know what I mean? That traumatic experience has really sort of vaulted his maturity, if that makes sense. And not saying he's 100% mature, because he's still got a lot to learn, but I really do like that journey. It really is he's too young at the time in the flashback with Gyatso. I will say that Gyatso stuff is heartbreaking too. I would never let them. Oh, he's not there. I got goosebumps thinking about it. That almost made me tear up too. This show is so emotional in an excellent way. But I really like Aang as the main character, as the protagonist, because he's not like a Superman type character. No, he has a lot of flaws and a lot of self-conscious issues, and there's a lot of responsibility thrust on him that maybe he can't handle yet, but he's gonna try. And I really, 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 really like that. So that was one of my top 3 favorite episodes of the show. Probably top 2, maybe top 1. I don't know. I appreciate you guys for watching. If you guys like the video, please drop a like and leave a comment. It really helps me out. I have got the full-length Reaction Simple Patreon. By now, I am already a very decent amount of episodes ahead. So check the YouTube comments. It'll say the exact episode I'm on if you're interested. And finally, most importantly, if you enjoy my content, you enjoy my Avatar reactions, you enjoy me simping over Iroh, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. Again, it really does help me out. I'll see you guys in a couple days. You guys have a good one. Thank you for watching.